chilling for now. The makeshift repair we made last night's holding good. My boy got a little sick. We cleaned him up, changed his clothes, and we're cruising along. We're about to go see Niagara Falls. That'll be fun. I haven't been there in a while. Last time we were there, my wife, she was pregnant with the boy, and my daughter was only about 6 months old. The way this looks, it's nice. Almost makes you forget you're in a communist state. They really got to change some of the laws around. Well, this sucks. This is what happened. This melted completely because our starter wire shorted out against my headers. Somewhere there, I'm gonna go. Now we're dead in the water until I can figure out where the short is. See, there's our problem right there. The starter wire melted and grounded itself to the fucking body of the starter, which in turn caused a short, which in turn fried my fucking ground cable. Fucking A. Well, at least it's an easy fix, I hope. Probably fried the rest of my starter too. Fuck. What I got is a piece of 5/8 heater hose, and I'm gonna use it to shield the starter wire. I separated the wire, I wrapped it in heater hose, and I'm gonna tape it up so it doesn't go nowhere. It's not touching anything else, not really. I don't know how the hell it melted itself to the fucking starter. Starter didn't even get that hot. Whatever, just roll with it. Duct tape. Always carry that shit with you. Fucking ass. There it is. It's zip tied shut. And then I taped the end of it and then zip tied that so it wouldn't slip up or down. And then that should work. Now we gotta fix the other end. Well, this is what I had to do. It's ugly. It is. This is beyond duct tape repair. It's straight. Ugly, it's nasty as shit. Hopefully my battery didn't fry, because this shit usually burns out the battery. What? Oh, my bad. That's the positive. That obviously is grounded to the frame, so don't touch that. But it's not melting. Let's fire it up. Watch it. All right, we're good. And as a side bonus, I adjusted my hood rings, or hood pins, because they were a little bit high and they were catching a lot of air. I didn't want to rip my hood off. Well, if you happen to be driving by, this is definitely a sight to see. Hi, Valera. There's the missus and the kids. Viola. Hi. And we're all enjoying Niagara Falls. Taking us a little bit out of the way, but not too big a deal. And then we gotta go get a transmission and some other parts. But there's Cannon over yonder. There's a piece of the falls. You can walk across the bridge to that island over there and see even more of the falls, but we're kind of in a hurry, so we're only gonna see this. But boat tours you could take. The town's kind of cool. It's a little bit run down. But I don't know, it's something to see if you're in the area. I don't know how often I'll be up by this area. I don't really got a whole lot of business in New York. So we'll just see it while we can and be on our way. Enjoy. This is one of the things you can see. This is practically an American tradition at touristy places. See what we get. There you go. A Niagara Falls rose thing. Put in our wallet. Well, off we go. We gotta run.
Hi.
Just gotta bye.
Bye.
Alright, well, bye-bye Niagara Falls. And the adventure continues. I don't know what Detroit's like. I've never been there. But I'll tell you what, Buffalo is one ugly city. Maybe it used to be an industrial center a long time ago, but now it's just run down, ghetto. About every 8th house, and that's not exaggerating, like literally every 8th house is boarded up. And there ain't a whole lot going on here anymore. Even Niagara Falls Park is pretty ugly. I mean, maybe the off season, but a lot of the buildings are boarded up, covered. Alright, well this is the transmission I picked up from Chris. He's a fellow hot rodder. He's got some cool stuff. He's got a Coyote motor, Comet, and all kinds of cool stuff. And family just like myself. This is my trailer hitch. You know, you've all seen me tow stuff with it. And to keep the stress off of it, I took a strap and ran it all the way to the inside to the frame. So, I mean, it can hold the weight, but over thousands of miles, I wanted it to be a little more secure. So, strapped it down, wrapped it around. It ain't going nowhere. And I'm gonna go pick up the headers and the heads. Alright, on to the next adventure. Alright. Well, we got the headers. We got the heads. Man, those suckers are heavy. I'm gonna go buy another strap. And kind of balance everything out, but that sucker ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna take it easy for a while and then we're gonna drive off to Nebraska. All right, well, we pulled off maybe about 50 miles, pulled into a West Virginia rest area and took a nap. Kids are sleeping in the back seat, so it's the best chance to get some sleep when they're not bouncing around and begging for shit. But here's the headers. Good set of headers. The guy gave me the headers for $100 because he couldn't use them because he switched to round port heads. So that GTO I got, well, Tempest or whatever, it's got headers, a TH400, been rebuilt recently, actually. And what else? I set of heads with the bigger 211 177 valves that I'm gonna port, and all the crap that we picked up in New York. Soon we'll be on our way, and we'll continue heading. There's a big snowstorm coming in the next couple of days, so this next 900 miles I'm just gonna hook it in one leg. Well, we're off to see Cabela's. We have a thing. Every time we drive by Cabela's we haven't been to yet, we go and try and see it. We've been to a bunch of them. Arizona, Maine, Washington. There's a couple in Nebraska we've been to, and Idaho. And anyway, long story short, every time I swing by Cabela's, I make sure I can go there. So we're gonna go enjoy Cabela's, show the kids some fishies and deer and whatever, and be on our way. That way we get to stretch our legs a little. This one's got all kind of shit: deer, moose, elk, bears, goats, polar bears, even ram. And it seems like every Cabela's I go to has $30,000 or $40,000 cub hanging from the ceiling. This one's pretty cool. It's got floats and shit. Alright, well, we were reversing, we hit a bump, and it pulled the lip out right here. Now it rubs on the tire. So stop by this classic Denny's diner. I love gourmet burgers. Well, by gourmet I mean anything over $4. But you know what I mean. This little hoopty's still trucking along. It doesn't make any weird noises. Not eating tires weird or nothing. Man, I ain't got much space though. It's pretty much bottomed out. But hopefully we'll make it good. We already lost some rear brakes. Hopefully we don't lose the front, because if we lose the front, well, we can't break it all. Then we gotta stop by and get some hoses. But we'll see. That thing's all twisted because of the way the straps are. I gotta get another strap and twist it right. It's twisted up with the freaking pretzel. But it holds the weight. Off we go. We're gonna go eat something. Typically find in your Midwestern, freeway. Big wide open roads. Oh, also left side of the road is always the least damaged. So if you got pretty much maxed out on weight, use the left side. It's a little easier on your suspension. Just make sure you're not the slowpoke that holds everybody up, because there's always some guy, some genius, who thinks the left lane is for going the exact same speed everybody else is. Hey, hon, I got a question.
Yes.
How many miles will we have traveled in 1 hour if we're going 60 miles an hour?
60.
See? How easy was that? That reminds me of a video clip I watched like a month ago of this girl trying to figure out, and she couldn't for the life of her figure out how many miles you travel if you're traveling at 60 miles an hour and you have 1 hour to do it. You travel 60 miles. That's what 60 miles an hour means. I don't know. But I just thought that was pretty crazy. But yeah, we're just kicking it. I think I may have cracked the block or blown a head gasket. Hopefully it's just a bad plug, because I get the shakes and there's some water in the block. If the block is cracked, I may or may not put a Ford big block in this thing. I don't know. That'd be a bad idea, but it would work. I'd probably get more power. And all I'd have to do is take 69 Camaro SS, 396 headers, a conversion plate for the big block Fords, custom oil plate and some custom motor mounts. And I have a 545 stroke of Ford in this thing. I already got a Ford transmission. So, I mean, we'll see. Hopefully it's just the head gaskets, so I'll just replace the head gaskets and be on my way. But, I mean, it runs smooth, part throttle. But when you get into it, it feels like it's running on 5, maybe 6 cylinders. Well, we're almost near the end of it. We got about 160 miles to go. We took a nap, of course, to keep us safe. And not too many misadventures. Had a close call with a stuck lifter. Man, I thought it was bad. I'm gonna have to look it over, see what the hell's going on, but it's running smooth now. I guess there's a piece of something stuck in one of the passageways or something. Had to pull the valve cover off and let it run for like 10 seconds with no valve cover, looking for everything. And then it stopped making any crazy noises, and we added some oil and we kept going. But here's the sunrise. At night, the only thing on my dash that works, I mean, the fuel gauge works about 60% of the time, but besides that, the one thing that works is my oil pressure light. And believe me, it's not hooked up to anything. The only thing I got for oil pressure is a manual gauge on my cluster in the middle. The factory oil pressure sensor doesn't exist on this particular motor, and I never hooked up the wire to anything. I don't even know what color the wire is. All I know is all night I'm staring at a red light, which means nothing. Sometimes it goes off, sometimes it goes on. It just depends. I don't even know what it depends on, but it's just rolling through. But yeah, it's Missouri. We're about almost to Nebraska, and then we're finally going to see all our relatives. Well, not all of them, but some of them. Well, that's the outskirts of Lincoln, Nebraska, and it's actually quite nice. More going on here than just growing corn. People are nice too, actually. Pretty cool place. A little bit later, I'm going to try to show you a little bit of the downtown. See the town, what's going on. But it's clean, friendly people. Even the ghetto's not really all that ghetto. So if you're wondering and you're looking for a quiet place to go, I guess Lincoln would be it. Has a lot going on, but it's pretty quiet. This is the conclusion of our trip. Yesterday we got here, and transmission, headers, it's all safe and sound. Sitting on this little $60 thing. I got no rear brakes. I'll fix that as soon as possible. And as we pulled in, you can see what happened to my cutout plate. We hit a manhole cover and tore that out. So now my exhaust is wide open. I'm gonna sledgehammer it back and weld it up, or whatever I'm gonna have to do. But that's so we can drive without losing our minds. And that's it. Part 3 will include the repairs I'm gonna do, and then of course 4 or 4 and 5, depending on how long it takes, is gonna be the trip back in January next year. Hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.